Hello everyone, my name is Ashish Dev. For those who don't know me, I am based in Tokyo, Japan, originally from Nagpur, India, stayed substantially for good period in Pune before moving to Japan. I am cyclist, have done couple of BRMs, holds SR title and finisher of Deccan Cliffhanger with RAM qualification. By profession, I belong to information communication technology. I am member and admin to the Indian Cyclist of Tokyo ICT group with over 100 riders from Tokyo in this group. We ride together as well as arrange group rides. For this interview, we are supported by Crew Navi, the platform I developed for safety of cyclists by means of organizing Crew service. Also, we are supported by our digital platform partner, Indo-Japan Pulse, an information hub for Indians in Japan as well as Indians outside Japan with aspirations for Japan. Now, let me introduce our guest today. It is my distinct honor to introduce our esteemed guest for today, Dr. Amit Samarth. Dr. Samarth is not your ordinary doctor. While most doctors help you when you are unwell, Dr. Amit Samarth ensures you never become unwell in the first place. His focus is on promoting a healthy lifestyle and ensuring everyone stays fit and fine. As an accomplished ultracyclist, marathoner, and an Ironman, Dr. Samarth boasts an impressive list of achievements that are difficult to quantify. Here are, I would like to highlight few of them. Two times race across America finisher, conquering the grueling 5,000-kilometer distance across America, the only Asian to finish the Trans-Siberian Extreme, covering the challenging 9,000-kilometer route across different sections and different terrain, holder of World Ultra Cycle Association and Guinness World Records for the fastest completion of India's Golden Quadrilateral by bicycle, traversing 4 metros of India. Over 20 Ironman finishes, including numerous 70.3 and full Ironman races, founder of the Miles and Milers Sports Academy, where he has trained over 500 members, many of whom have achieved remarkable success in various categories. Organizer of prestigious events such as Race Across India, which is 3,651 kilometers from Kashmir to Kanyakumari of India, and Tigerman, which have gained global recognition. It is truly a privilege to interact with such an extraordinary individual who exemplifies the epitome of extreme endurance and determination.
So, welcome Dr. Amit Samarth in this interview. Moreover, we will have this kind of a sort of candid one, but we would like to understand more about you as well as we have heard a lot about your events, and some of these events are quite bigger, which we heard. So, I would like to ask a couple of questions, and maybe it will help everyone here, maybe in moreover in Japan as well as people who are outside India to understand more about you and also overall about the events that are coming more on the cycling side. So let me start with the first question about if you can elaborate more on the perspective of cycling, both as a sports as an exercise, how you see that mainly.
Cycling as an exercise is a great uh, way of doing exercise, and cycling is something which is good for any age group. Young people can do, even anybody from 10 years above can actually do serious cycling. They can enjoy cycling right from 10 years to 100 years. Anybody can do cycling because cycling is the sport which it can be done by men, women, any age group, and even if you have injuries, like if some people have knee injury or ankle injury, and where they cannot do other sports like running, walking, people who can't run or walk, they can actually do cycling very easily because in cycling you are sitting on the cycle on the seat and you are holding the handle, and so there are five contact points. So because of five contact points, a lot of weight gets distributed away from your joints. That is why you can keep doing it. for a long time. So that is the best thing about cycling as a as a something as a tool for to do exercise or give some exercise to your heart. As a stamina builder or endurance builder, cycling is a great sport.
Yeah, actually, that's really great response, because there are people who start quickly about running and get into the marathon. But I guess when it compares to cycling, it's less injury prone than marathon. I think marathon has more challenges as against cycling, if that is the way one should look at.
Yes, because the marathons is running is a more weight bearing exercise, and it breaks down more. It gives more stress on your joints, on different joints like hip joint, knee joint, ankle joint. So, but in cycling, you can reduce that stress, and you can do it for longer and without injuries, without much pain, and you can enjoy the exercise part of the that whole sport a lot more than running. Running is also a great sport, but many people they suffer with different problems. They have injuries, or they are more prone to injuries when they run. And but when they cycle, they don't get injuries. So it is not necessary like everybody's body can take up running or take up serious amount of running. You can do other sport like cycling and still be very fit. And you can do it at top level also. You can take it as a sport. You can take it as a competitive sport, become a competitive cyclist, do at different distances, and and enjoy being a competitive athlete.
That's great. I think that's a very good message for all who are you are right now thinking about cycling. So one thing I would like to understand from your inspiration point of view, like you are known for doing a lot of gym in your early age, then you did taekwondo, you are a marathoner, then you did a lot of triathlon, but you are known in the world as an ultra cyclist. So what inspired you to become ultra cyclist?
Huh. No, I nothing inspired me. Actually, not even I dreamt of getting into ultra cycling. Actually, I was pushed into ultra cycling by one of my friends, Bhanu Rajgopalan sir, my mentor. He was, he said, "Why don't you try ultra cycling? You might be very good at it." So I just took it up as a challenge, and I got into ultra cycling. Otherwise, I had no dreams of doing like something like race across America or something. I was just you know very happy with running marathons. I was happy with doing triathlon races and all. But yeah, cycling I used to like, but I never thought, doing thousands of kilometers of cycling. It was never ever in my plan. It just happened, and I realized that I'm very good at it. If I train properly, I can be even better at it. I can really ride a lot of distances in a quick time. So that was the whole idea.
That's great. But with that thinking, do you believe anyone can become a cyclist regardless of their background and experience?
Yes, anyone can become cyclist. Anyone can become a recreational cyclist, and anyone can become a competitive cyclist also. It all depends on what is your goal, what is your objective. You can take up cycling as a way of just doing exercise and do cycling 1 hour, half an hour every day or more than that. Or you can take up like something like endurance cycling where you can train yourself to ride very long distances. So endurance cycling is not just physical, it is a physical plus mental sport, because you have to have the patience and ability to sit on the bike for long hours and don't get bored by kilometer after kilometer and riding hundreds of kilometers. So if you have that mental ability to say if you have, it's great, or you can create that mental ability that I can sit on the bike for long hours, and even if it is uncomfortable, I can still bike and get the job done. So
Yeah.
it is anyone can become, or you can become a competitive cyclist, which is short distance cycling, 40-kilometer races or 100-kilometer races. So it all depends on what is your objective, how much time you can dedicate for training, and how much consistently you can train for years together.
Right, right. So, generally around us, we see a lot of cyclists, like they 100, 200 kilometers they do. But when they hear something like ultra cyclist more than 600 kilometers, they think that this is too much. Then, what qualities and efforts do you think are required to become an ultra cyclist? From stepping up from this 100 to 100 of boundaries and getting into more than 600, sort of.
I think ultra cycling needs a lot of course, physical fitness it needs, but it needs a lot of mental fitness also, and it needs that ability, that it needs the ability to suffer. Actually, I can say, because
Mm,
after a point, it becomes uncomfortable. It is very monotonous because you have to keep riding and riding and riding for hundreds of kilometers, and it is the races are they are not like, they don't get over in a few hours. Some races will take 1 day, 2 days. Some races will take 10 to 12 days. Some races might take 25 days, to finish. So it is a very long, arduous work, arduous, monotonous work, which the rider has to take up to, to actually finish the race successfully. So I don't know, not everybody has that kind of ability, and those who have it, they can do something like ultra cycling, and they can try, and then they can see whether they really like doing something like this, or there are so many other options. They can do short distance cycling, or they can do triathlon. They can do, there also they can enjoy cycling, and but it is not very long distance, so you enjoy cycling and still be the it is not, cycling doesn't mean that you have to do ultra cycling. Cycling also means that you can do short distance races. You can train yourself to do just the speed races, time trials, and 100-kilometer or 200-kilometer kind of races, and you can avoid something like ultra cycling. So it is all on the liking, whether you really want, whether you really like doing something like that.
great. I think this will certainly help people who wants to cross the boundaries of 100 to 100. And certainly you are right. It's a lot of mental, because even like I do cycling, and at a time more than 400, 500 kilometers when you are riding, you get a feel or thinking like why I am doing so when everyone is sleeping, enjoying at their home. So you have to keep with your mental strength all the time. I think this is the point comes in everyone's mind who are into ultra cycling. So that's very fundamental to it. So moving on to the next question, this is about the events, major events. So we have heard about race across India last year, which was a massive success, and now I heard that second edition is coming on 1st October this year. Could you please elaborate more about what exactly is this race? Because this is known as a massive race in India, and more about like what this race is mainly.
Yeah, Race Across India is India's longest, the most premium ultra distance cycle race, and it's from Srinagar to Kanyakumari, 3,651 kilometers, and it is very very well organized race. I can vouch that it is far better organized than many other ultra cycling races across the world, and it is one of the best races organized in the country. And you can see the the videos and pictures and documentary on the race across India, and you will actually understand to what level the race has been organized. And the best part about this race is you can do this race as a solo rider also, or you can do this race as a team. So this race is for all the cyclists. It is not like this race is only meant for ultra cyclists or endurance cyclists. This race is for anyone. Even it is even the short distance cyclists can take up this race as a team of four, and really ride the route very very fast. So it is a challenge to even competitive cyclists, the short distance cyclists. They can also be part of race across India, and do this race, and show the world that how fast they can ride from Srinagar to Kanyakumari in a record time.
That's great. And what we have seen in the last year event or race mainly, that there were varied type of racers, like of a different capabilities and of a different style and different abilities. So I suppose this is quite an example in the sense of participation, right? Can you elaborate a little bit on that, like previous experience of riders of a different types?
Yeah, of course. We had all kinds of riders in race across India. We had solo riders, we had team riders, then we had some specially abled riders. Riders like Geeta Rao, who was the only woman participant, and she was having polio in one leg, and she was the first, like the first woman participant of the race across India. And then we had Dheeraj Karsai, who did the race on one leg in 12 days from Srinagar to Kanyakumari. Then we
Wow.
had Shubham, who had 40% disability. So that is the beauty of race across India. Other competitive, very super competitive professional cycling races will not have place for riders like Geeta Rao, Shubham, or Dheeraj, because they are only focused on professional cycling and professional cyclists. But race across India, the this platform is for a professional cyclist also can come and participate and do the race in a very fast mode, or a recreational cyclist can also come and participate and finish the race within 12 days and still be a hero. Then women riders can also participate. Then specially able riders can also participate. So this platform is very, very inclusive platform. It is anybody of any ability, different age groups can participate. Even riders who are above 50 and 60 years, they can also participate in race across India. So I think it is a very very inclusive platform, and it is meant for everyone. Like a super competitive athlete can also participate and show that how fast he can ride, and then other riders can also participate and try to finish within the finish timelines.
That's very inspiring about the kind of riders you just shared. So, question is, how can individuals participate in these events, and what preparation should they undertake beforehand?
Definitely, this race is not for, like a novice cyclist, who is just cycling 10, 20 kilometers or 50 kilometers. So this race is meant for some, seasoned cyclists who have done, who regularly ride 100, 200 plus kilometers, and they have done events like BRMs or they have become super randoneers, or they have already done some RAM qualifier events. And so this race is meant for these kind of riders, actually for solo riders, but the short distance riders, who ride 50, 100 kilometer, can also participate in this race, in teams. So that is what I'm telling everyone, like, this race is not just for some serious solo cyclists, but it is for everyone.
That's really great. I think this will give a good message to whoever wants to participate. And in line to that, I have a next question. There is a fees required for this, and we know that the fees for some other events in the world is quite high. So I think the fees for rain is quite reasonable. But participants who are thinking to participate might want to understand that what does the participation fee include, and do you offer any guidance or support for participation in their preparation?
Yeah, surely, the registration fees covers all the start line arrangements. Then the riders will get official cycling jerseys of Race Across India. Then the riders, they get a very good social media publicity before the race. Who is doing the race. We give them publicity on social media. Then the riders get all the support on all the control points. There are 12 control points from Srinagar to Kanyakumari. Then there is live tracking system. Then they get all the social media publicity during the race. Then there are officials and marshals on the highway who are taking care of making all the rules and regulations are being followed by all the riders. So they are making sure that all the riders are following the rules and regulations. Then there is 24 by 7 live tracking. Then we have finish line arrangements. All the riders who finish the race successfully get medal, mementos, certificates of completion of the race. Then they get massive publicity, on the social media. Every rider gets almost 4 to 5 thousand photographs for free. Then all the videos and all are also given to the rider for free, which is included in the registration fee. So I think we give back a lot more than what we actually take as a fees. If you calculate the cost of doing all this on your own, it will be way, way too high than I think the registration fees for Race Across India. So I think Race Across India is extremely, extremely reasonable in front of some other big races in the world. And uh, let's you know um, I would say appeal to all the riders in India, all the different cycling clubs, cycling groups to participate in Race Across India as maybe as a solo, but definitely every cycling group in India can actually provide one team for Race Across India.
Okay, great. I think you are also looking for participants from outside India, right? At this moment.
Yeah, we have two, three people who are really working on their participation in Race Across India, from Poland, Italy, Brazil. So let's hope, that Race Across India becomes really big, and these international riders can also come and ride in Race Across India.
Great. So one last question, mainly from the participants from outside, that they are concerned about the safety on the road. So there are concerns about like safety on the road while riding. So could you share your perspective on ensuring safety measures which are in place during this event mainly?
Yeah, so Race Across India is a fully supported race. In this, there is a crew car which is always following the rider, and we have changed. Like we have a rule in Race Across India that the support car never leaves the rider. Even it doesn't leave the rider in the daytime. So the support car has to continuously follow the rider 24/7. If the rider is stopping, then the car also has to stop. The rider can never ride without the support car in the Race Across India. So that is one of the most important safety measure. Then there is 24/7 live tracking. Then there are support vehicles of officials, marshals who can help with any kind of problem or emergency for the rider or their crew team on the Race Across India route. Then there are all the rules they have to follow. All the cycles are they have reflective stickers and headlights and tail lights, and the rider has to ride with a reflective jacket. So there are so many multiple things which are there in Race Across India, which are not in other races. So we don't have any unsupported format in Race Across India. We only have supported format, but I think it is very, very a lot of people question that supported format is expensive or something. Actually, it is not at all expensive. In front of somebody's life, the
Yeah,
value of somebody's life, it is there is this cost is actually nothing, and it
yeah, I
is
agree.
such a long race. 3,650 kilometer race is not a short race like 600 kilometer. So it is extremely important that the rider rides with the crew team, which is volunteering and supporting this rider.
Yeah. And I heard like you have a massive network and support of organizations like Indian Oil. Maybe that is also useful, right?
Yes, we have Indian Oil always supporting our races, and we use all the Indian Oil facilities on the highway for race across India. Then we also have full like official support from Jammu Kashmir government. We have support from military. Like when we started race across India first edition, the first 90 kilometers of highway was entirely cleared by CRPF for race across India riders.
Wow.
90 kilometers, 90. So it's a very long distance which was totally cleared by CRPF for race across India.
That's really great. I think very good information about race across India. And I guess, and I think this all the information for registration, participation, fees, and all that is available on its website, right? Race Across India website.
Yes, yes, and there is a if you are a defense personnel or police personnel, then you have 50% discount on the registration fees. If you are a woman rider, then there is 30% discount on the registration fees. So there is already so much of discount. If you are a senior citizen, again there is a discount. So there are it is the entire objective is to encourage more and more riders, but of course there is some registration which has to be paid. I think the registration is very, very reasonable compared to some international races, and even races like Ironman or Ironman triathlons, where there is a huge registration fees for just a single day event. So you can easily compare, and I think it is very, very reasonable because race across India is a 12-day race. The race is
Yeah.
on 12 day, but you can imagine there is so much of work to be done before the race, after the race, during the race. So there is an expense for all that.
Yeah, yeah. Yes, very inspiring and encouraging. All this information. I hope whoever listens to this, watch this, will definitely think of participating race across India, which will be in October 1st, right? So I hope everybody gets this information. And in case if anyone has more questions or anything wants to ask, maybe they can reach out to you through the portal and the way of communication. So thank you very much, Dr. Amit Samar. It is nice talking with you again and very inspiring. So thanks a lot and best wishes for the upcoming Race Across India event.
Thank you, Ashish.